Hello, everybody. Welcome to the glitter pit. It's 3 o'clock, right on the nose. You're in the right place. Come on in. I don't know why my early bird chat wasn't working today. I don't know why. Am I in the right place? Let me turn my comments on. You won't believe what just happened. My mom was just here. Hi, Laura. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rita. Hi, Holly. My mom was just here and she was just in an accident, but she's all right. She hit a pole. I don't know what happened. I can't even imagine, and I don't want to imagine, but I had to take pictures for her because I think she's a little rattled, but she's like, I'm just going to come over and have you take a picture, and then I'm going to go up to Steve's. And I'm like, all right. So I got a picture. This is my mom's truck. Her brand new, well, it's not brand new. I think it's 2 years old now. Hi, Christine. Yeah, so now trust me, when you see this picture, you're not going to believe it. Because when she called me right after she did it, and I had this total vision in my mind, and it wasn't what I seen on her car. So, needless to say, it's pretty bad. So, I'm just going to show you the picture. Let me see where it's at here. Hold on. I know I brought it over here. Okay, you guys ready? Should I do a drum roll? Seriously, it just happened like 25 minutes ago. And then I was like, she said she's coming over. All right, let me just show you. Oh my gosh. Look how terrible. So it like ruined her floorboard, her door handle, and the front and the back door. Oh my gosh, her window doesn't even roll all the way down with the electronic windows. Can we just say a quick prayer for my mom? She's actually pretty calm about it. And then here's another picture. I had to take them so I could send them to her. So I took them and I said, I know. So apparently she hit a pole in the Sam's parking lot. So nobody else is hurt. Nobody's hurt. My mom's fine. It's just the truck looks like jacked up. Ay, ay, ay. What can happen in a minute, right? So, I know, it's crazy. All right, let me put this in picture. Actually, let me just flip this over here. We're going to do an early bird glitter spinner. So I have some of these pretty heart pearls. I got some extra ones, so they're so pretty. All right, so let's go ahead and do an early bird glitter spinner. Let me get my spinner and my iPad over here. Is my speaker working good? So the early bird chat room was working, you guys. I couldn't get in there. It wouldn't let me in. I don't know what happened, but I seen some early comments. Hi, everybody. Hey, is Irene in here? Can somebody do a shout out to Irene? She's my moderator. Say a quick prayer for my other moderator, which is Teresa. She has an eye appointment, so we want to make sure her eyes are really good so she can, keep them forever. So if Irene's in here, just say hi. Hi, Irene. Thanks for helping today. All right, so let's go ahead and do the spinner. Ooh, so many comments. I love it. Thank you, everybody. I know I wanted to join you, but I was outside taking pictures of my mom's truck. I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. You guys know what I mean? It's like I almost have to laugh without crying because I was like, when my mom drove up, I was like, what in the world? I said, Mom, seriously, when you called me and told me that you did this, I said, I was expecting, a little scrape or, holy cow. Jessie, you won the early bird glitter spinner. Ooh, ooh. Oh, no, not that. I was going for the clapping. Sorry. Woo-hoo! Okay, so Jessie, I got your address, girl. All right, so I will get these dropped off in the mail tomorrow morning, all right? I just got to write it out what I'm giving you so I don't forget. because between here where I'm sitting and in my office, a lot can happen. I can have my Post-it note blow off, and then I won't remember who gets what. So this helps me to keep everything to go where everything is supposed to go. Did you guys all see the card we're making? Ooh, so cute. I'm so excited. You guys, seriously. It's like the cuteness of the card is, well, of course, the hippos are cute, but when you make, I'm like, you guys know, we all love fun folds. Well, at least that's what my love is. I love fun folds. But, so when I made this card, it just made me giggle all the way down to my belly. Seriously, it's so cute. Should you be with her? No, I asked her, I said, Mom, are you all right? I said, is the car all right to drive? And she's like, no, I'm good. She said, the car can still drive. I just can't roll down my window all the way. And she said, I'm just going to go right to Steve. Steve is our, like, it's not a mechanic. He's like a body guy, I guess. He does like body work. And so he's actually on the way out to the lake. So she's going to stop in and see him and see what she's got to do. And I said, Mom, be prepared, because with everything, you know, like just the automotive industry, you know, with the cars, they're not available right now and people can't get parts right now. I'm talking, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, you got the trim, you got the handle, you know, the door handles, the floorboard. I mean, it's like, and then the whole door is like squished in. So I'm like, just be prepared. This might take a while, and see if Steve can get you a loaner car. So we'll see. I'll get the update after we get off here. I'll call her and find out. But yeah, that was the first thing I asked her. I'm like, are you all right? Is the car like you can drive? And she's like, yeah, everything is good. And she was like so calm about it. I'm like, is this my mother? Seriously. And she's like, I just can't believe what could happen in a minute. I'm like, for real. I'm like, Mom, please go to Steve's and then go right to the lake and stay there. Stay put. All right, let's do some. Thank you, Terry, for asking that. Can't wait for my hippos to arrive. I know. Yay, Pia. You got the hippos coming. We're having lots of fun with them, aren't we? All right, so let's go ahead and do some updates. We have, of course, brand new catalogs that started last week, right? So it's been officially a week in the holiday catalog and the celebration mini catalog. All right, so here's the thing. Sign up for my weekly newsletter. You guys got a bonus tutorial and you got the PDF for the tutorials. Even though the PDF is listed down below in the description box, you guys can go print that off right now. Have some time. Go cut out those pieces so you can make the card right along with me. Now, I do have the second video for my 2 for Thursday posted on my blog tomorrow. So about 7 o'clock in the morning, go to my website, which is right here, and you'll be able to see both videos. And then go to the 2 for Thursday, which will be the first blog post posted on my website. Go there and leave a comment. Super easy. Just leave a comment on that blog post where you see the card that we're making today. That will be like the little thumbnail for my post. Go to that blog post, leave a comment, and you'll be entered to win for the early bird, not the early bird, the glitter giveaway. The glitter giveaway that we're going to do next Wednesday, because we got winners that we got to announce this week too. So, all right, so sign up for my newsletter, and you guys can see my thank you notes video. I also added my new thank you notes, and they're so cute. Who watched it already? Raise your hand. I'm using the Kindest Gnomes, which is this stamp set, but I'm not actually even using the stamp sets. I'm using the dies, which are right here. I would show you, but you guys got to subscribe to my newsletter because they're so adorable. Or better yet, be a customer and you'll get one for free. With every single order, you'll get a different thank you note. Well, at least 4 different thank you notes, right? So I used the dies for my thank you notes this month. And Richard's not making them. Yours truly is making them this month. So just be patient with me because I got to die cut out a bunch of stuff. But they're so worth it. So adorable. But remember, this is in a bundle with the gnome dies, and the Kindest Gnomes is in a bundle. And you'll save 10%, but we're just using those in my thank you notes this month. All right, and then, So sign up for my newsletter. Super easy. Use your cell phone. Text 1 glitter to 22828 and then hit send. And then it's going to pop back and it's going to say enter your email address that you want to be notified at. And then once you hit enter your email address, hit send, and then it should pop back and say you're all set. Now, I have been adding some people because this is the censure of this program that I'm using. You have to have a U.S. phone provider. So that's like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, all those phone providers. And you have, it has to be in the U.S. But if you want me to add you, just email me and I'll add you. So it's no big deal. Okay? So that's just letting me know that you want to be updated on all the stuff that's going on in Stampin' Up's world and, get my tutorials over there. All right, so do that before we end the live so you don't forget. And then we have 4 brand new tutorials for you this month. So with every order, you'll get a link to the 4 Just Stampin' tutorials, and they're so cute using brand new holiday catalog items. So cute. So everybody should get them. I think I'm all caught up now on my newsletters or my email. Okay. And everybody did get the newsletter, right? I know I got mine. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to talk about Richard's adventure. He just checked into checkpoint number 3, but I'll explain. He had to go back. Well, he doesn't have to go back, but I'll explain that later. Let's go through the updates first. All right, so then we have a brand new card kit, which is the best remedy card kit. Look at that card kit. Seriously, the stamp set is so adorable. Let me read you some of the sayings in the stamp set. Now, it looks like it could be a squirrel or a skunk. It's so cute. So it says, sorry life stinks sometimes. Even though this stinks, ice cream is the best remedy for this. And of course, it's got like a little pint of ice cream. It's got an ice cream cone. It's so cute. And then a little birdie told me you were under the weather. Feel better soon. I'm here for you. And then, well, that stinks. So apparently this is a skunk. But I would think that could be a squirrel too. Just color it all brown or whatever. But yeah, coloring it as a squirrel. There is a picture. I don't think I have a picture, but you can go to my website or click the link down below in the description box and it will take you right to this card kit so you can see it up close. And you can see the cute cards that you make with it. Okay? And the card kit is 160171 and it just launched yesterday. I think the card kits are coming out every month on the 5th. So if you guys like the card kits, just between you guys, I think I'm liking the card kits better than the paper pumpkin. Just being for real here. I'm just saying. All right. So then speaking of paper pumpkin, some paper pumpkins are really cute, but I feel like it's nice to see the card kit ahead of time, right? I think that's one of our biggest complaints with paper pumpkin is that we don't get to see it. Whereas the card kits, you get to see it. You get to see everything in the kit, because both of the kits, the paper pumpkin and the card kits are very, very similar. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And then it's an all-inclusive kit. So you get everything you need to make the cards in the card kit plus a stamp set, a little ink pad, and a Stampin' Block. Just like the paper pumpkin. Okay. So this month's paper pumpkin, you have to sign up by July 10th to get that kit. Remember, the paper pumpkin goes out on the 11th of every month. So if you miss it, you'll be sad. Okay. Make sure you're signing up for that. Look, I can't even flip through it and open it. Woo! Look, I'm living like so dangerously. No, seriously, look how nice this catalog is. And it's like, how many pages? 80. Let me actually give you the actual page numbers of this mini catalog. So it's a pretty thick mini catalog. There is 69 pages. Of course, the index in the back of the catalog is nice. Don't forget to look back there because there's even more cute samples back there. And then you'll like it back here too because it gives you like a catalog at a glance that gives you like all the stamp sets, all the dies, and like the ribbon and stuff and the accessories and the designer paper. So if you don't have time to like go through every page, go to the back. It's got a condensed version of everything in this jam-packed mini catalog. Now remember, the holiday catalog covers your Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then there's some that's mixed in there that's not even season. I mean, it's more like a seasonal. Like now that I can show you what I'm talking about. Like this one even. Like this apple harvest. I mean, that's not Christmas or anything, and it's beautiful with the apples, right? So I kind of like it because it gives it a little spicy spice. And then here's the Brightest Beauty. That's kind of non-Christmas. Oh, this little bag treat bundle is really cute too. But I could just go on and on forever here with this. But look at this one here. So this is like non-Christmas. This is on page 66, Forever Friendship. And then this one is the one that I really like here, the Sun-Kissed. Even though it does have like a sunny greeting or sunny season's greeting stamp right here. But, you know, people do live in Florida. So, I mean, just because we live like in the Midwest or whatever, and we have snow, there are people in the southern states and, you know, around the world that celebrate Christmas during the, you know, off season, like what I call off season, where it's warmer. And then the celebration, remember this, I want to explain something here. So you don't have to spend your $50 out of this mini catalog. What happens is you can spend, and if you're already spending it, I mean, why not get something for free, right? So if you're purchasing anything from this holiday mini catalog, or I would show you the annual catalog, but I don't have it over here. The annual catalog, once it reaches the minimum of $50 before tax and shipping, then you get to pick something out of this mini catalog for free. Okay? And of course, we're going to be using the hippest hippos today. So cute. And don't forget the hippos coordinating die, the hippo dies. So cute. So, and then also, what else did I want to say? Oh, and then also, for all my customers out there, raise your hand. I want to remind you that if you cash in any of your tokens, now remember your value of your cash in. So once you reach your 10 tokens, you get a free stamp set, a free die, or a free bundle. But the item, whatever you pick, has to be under or at $50 or less. Okay? So if you cash in multiple tokens, so let's say, because I just cashed in some tokens for 30 tokens, and they got a free stamp set from the Celebration Mini. So remember, if you're cashing in, say, 20 tokens, and your order for your free stuff comes to be more than $50, you got to tell me what celebration item you want. Or it's just going to be a surprise or a mystery, right? So I'd rather you pick what you want and let me know, and then I can add it to the customer direct order. All right, so please keep that in mind, all my customers out there. When you're cashing in your tokens, if it's more than the $50 amount, you still get a free celebration. And you just got to let me know what that is. Okay? Yay. All right, and then here's the PDF that you guys can print off. It's got pictures of the cards and the directions, or not the directions, but the measurements. You guys have watched the video for the directions. And then the supplies. Very minimal supplies, but the card is so cute. So go ahead and print that off, and then just, you know, save it or whatever you guys want to do, you know. All right. That was a lot. But it was a lot to get caught up on, right? Yes, it was. All right. So is everybody doing good this Wednesday? Tell me something that's happening that's great. Right? I'll talk about Richard in a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and do the announcement for the glitter giveaway. Or not the glitter. Yeah, the glitter giveaway. The glitter giveaway is where you're going to have to go to my website, leave a comment, and then your name is entered into the next week's glitter giveaway. And I have 2 winners from last week. I just got to see what my screen. There it is. All right, so last week's winners, they've been contacted. One I have the address for, one I do not. So I will let you know who it is. All right, we ready for the winner? Let's roll it, baby. Rita, Jody. Yeah, those are good for saying that, right? Rita, Jody. Rita, I have your address. Jody, I'm waiting on your address. Jody, please check your email box. I emailed you this afternoon and let you know that you won the glitter giveaway from last week, which was June 30th, right before the first of the month. So Jody, email me back, and this has got to have your address, your physical street address for your prize or your stamp set. It's an actual stamp set this week. So Rita and Jody. Okay, let me know what your address is, Jody, and then I can drop them off ASAP tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock when I'm on my way to the gym. Yes, I'm still going to the gym, and it is what day is it? I think it's day 66. Can you believe it? I know it's a miracle. All right, let me go ahead and show you the address, so in case you need it. Is that right? Yep. So, Jody, please email me here at dawn@theglitterpit.com. dawn@theglitterpit.com. Do you guys know that now? Do you guys sing it at night? Are you guys dreaming about it? dawn@theglitterpit.com. It's a cute jingle, don't you think? It's like it was meant to be. For real. dawn@theglitterpit.com. All right, so I'll leave that up here for right now, but let's go ahead and share the 2 stamp sets I'm giving away this upcoming week. This is one that was used by yours truly, Gently. Oh no, this is the brand new one. And this one was used by yours truly, just slightly. Okay, so it's stitched all around is the stamp set. Very cute. Oh, darling, you are fabulous. Enjoy your special day. Lovely friend, darling, and then best wishes, and then a couple circle stamps with some punches you guys can match up with, and then a couple background stamps. Very cute stamp set. And then this one is a brand new stamp set. Brand new as far as never been used. Young at Heart. This is more of a cute, like a senior living stamp set, right? It's just cute, kind of punny. Laughing with you is the best form of therapy. Young at heart, just a little older in other places. You are only as old as you feel, and yay. And look, they're doing the cha-cha or something there. Okay, so these stamp sets will be posted on my website tomorrow. Remember, you're going to leave a comment on that blog post, all right? And then we'll draw 2 new winners next week, and we'll announce the winners live in the Glitter Pit. And then this week is the card sketch. I think it's 238. I don't have the actual card sketch unless it's over here. Hold on, let me look. Nope, it's not. But of course I had fun with the hippos. Don't you love those hippos? Seriously. Such a cute little card sketch. And I used a fairly large. Laura, if you're watching, I seen your card. She used the chickens. It was super cute. But you could use any shape. I mean, I just use the circles because they kind of like balanced out cute. But you could use ovals, squares, whatever you want. You can use smaller circles, you know. But it's just adorable. And it says, I love you a ton. So cute. So that's the card sketch. Remember, every Monday is a new card sketch. So you guys can check out all the measurements, all the layout design of the card. So remember, you guys can change it up. I mean, I feel like this one you really can't change up very much. Like, I'm just seeing if I have last week's card, which I don't. But last week's card was a good one that you can turn and it looks totally different. These ones are pretty much, it is what it is because they're circles, you know. But it's still cute. So check out that. And then here's the stamp set, Hippos Tippos. We're going to use that today. Let me show you the card we're going to make today. And then I'll show you another sample. Brace yourself. It's adorable. All right. So here's the card. And I want to give a big shout out to V Tran. She was the one that I seen her card, her video, and it's so cute. So thank you, V. I love your card. Seriously, this is going to make your belly giggle all the way down to your belly button. So there's the front, and then you open it, and then look, it just opens the doors. I know, don't go nowhere. You're thinking it's complicated, but it's not, I promise. Now this is the only thing that I added to my card because there's 3 hippos in the stamp set, so I wanted to really gussy it up. But look, it automatically does that. Romp, romp, romp. But look, and then open up the card too. So there's like major areas to sign and to stamp and to decorate. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cute? I got to add polka dots to my ballerina today, so don't let me forget that. So, but look, it's not hard. Trust me. Just stick with me, kid. We can make this card. You're going to love it. And whoever you send it to is going to go gaga over it. Okay, so here's the one that I made. Now, I got to clarify. I made the card like to show you how to assemble it or to build the card. I didn't actually put the card together, like decorate it with you on my shorter version that's going to be posted tomorrow on my website. And I do make a note on the video. I thought this was the parakeet party, but then after I brought it over to do the video, I was thinking that's more like Granny Apple Green. It still looks cute. And then I used the cute little gnomes. But look at this one. So this opens up and then you got the house and the cute little doll. Oh my gosh, the gnomes in there. So I did make a note when I made the video that you want to do all your stamping for the inside here, like these 2 panels. You want to stamp on before you put them in. And then also the note card, right? So let me pull this up here. The note card too, if you want to stamp on it, I would highly recommend that you stamp on everything before you put it into the card, because after you do all that work and then you stamp it upside down or crooked or something, I mean, that would be just devastating because I've done that. So, but what I did with this card is after I made the card with the Granny Apple Green designer paper and the Parakeet Party, I put it all together, but then I just die cut out the gnomes. So you can see here that I just die cut them out. So it was easy just to assemble the card, but I don't do that in the video. Okay. So cute. All right. Are we ready? Get your pencils, get your paper, get your camera, get your supplies, whatever you got to get. We're going to make this card right now. All right. Now, I did do all the coloring and the die cutting ahead of time just to save some time, because this card is not complicated. It's just a little time consuming, I guess, especially with your first one. After your first one, you guys will be a pro. And then you'll have a sample, right? And then I will give the card away at the end of the hour, too. Yay! And I'm not going to stamp like I did on this one here, because whoever wins the card, you can add whatever you want on this part right here, okay? So I don't know if you want it to be because I send out a lot of birthday cards in the month for my team and stuff. So you can use it however you want, but we're not going to stamp on this piece. We'll stamp on, well, I've already stamped the hippos, okay? And I've already stamped all You're the Best. So whoever gets the card, you can finish it off. Just know that you're going to have to use your dies and stuff, okay? Are we ready? I'm ready. Yay! All right, let's start. We're going to use the Flirty Flamingo. Let me get all my pieces here. All right, so we're using the Brights in the Brights designer paper. This is the 6x6 designer paper series. And in that collection, I should have brought my pack over. You get all the 10 colors in that Brights collection. So we have Brights, Subtles, Regals, we have Neutrals, and we have the Celebration, or not the Celebration, but the In colors from this year and last year. Okay, so you get a sampling of all the designs. So you get like this design with the polka dots. So you get all the designs and all the colors. It's really nice. So it's not just Flirty Flamingo, okay? So, all right, let's start with the base. So the base, the Flirty Flamingo is cut at 5.5 by 5 3/4. Then you're going to cut 2 at 2 by 3.5. And these are for the doors that open up. Then you're going to cut, these two are cut at 1.5. Is it 1.5? Yeah, 1.5 by 5. Yeah, 1.5 by 5. These are going to be the mechanisms to the card that make it go whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Then your designer paper, you're going to have 2 pieces cut at 1/2 inch by 4. And these are going to be for the side panels of your card, like right there. Then this piece is cut at 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Yep, that's going to go at the top of your card. Then these 2 pieces are cut at 2 by 3 1/2. And these are cut exactly for the doors. So these are going to go over top of the doors. So they should match up perfectly. All right. Then the basic white. Now this is optional. Remember, this is for the inside piece of the card. I just added that myself because we have 3 hippos and why not? Just saying. Okay, so those 2 pieces of whisper white over here. These 2. These are both cut at, let me make sure, 1 7/8 by 3 3/8. So you need 2 of those. Okay, so those are optional. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. And then your basic white piece for the inside card is cut at 3 3/4 by 8. And then we're going to score this in half. So we're going to do a lot of scoring. Let's grab my pieces that we're going to score together. All right, these are all just decorating. Okay. Dawn at the glitterpit.com. Who seriously sings that like that? Do you guys sing it like that, or is it just me? I like it. It's a cute little jingle. All right, here we go. You know, I like to double check twice, score once, or score cut twice, or score check twice, cut once, but we're going to score. Okay, so this piece is the 5 1/2 by 5 3/4. So on the 5 3/4 inch side, we're going to score it at 4 1/4. This is going to make your flap up at the top of your card like this. Okay. Then on the basic white piece, this should be cut at 8. Yep, 8 by 3 3/4. Yep. So we're going to score this in half at 4. So far, pretty good, right? Easy peasy. You guys got this card, I'm telling you. All right, now these are the mechanisms. So you're going to need a pencil, and we're going to use our paper trimmer for our ruler. Let me zoom in a little bit, maybe. All right. All right, so first, these are cut at 1 1/2 by 5. So we're going to line this up on the 1 1/2 inch side, and we're going to score it in half at 3/4. Okay. Then we're going to turn it on the 5 inch side, and we're going to line it up at 1 1/2. We're going to take our pencil, and we're going to make a little pencil mark at the top and the bottom. Okay, now you're going to score from this point down to this pencil mark. Here, let me show you here. Yep, from this point down to that pencil mark, and then that point to the other pencil mark. So it's going to be an X in the center. All right, so let me do that. And just use your trimmer. But this is, I find like this is like the hardest part, because it's like a little piece to hold on to. So then turn it and do the other side. Okay, so then you have your X. You see it? So you have an X here, and then you have your center. Okay, so we got to fold those really good with our bone folder. So once again, we're going to do the same thing. So 1 1/2, we're going to score it in half at 3/4. Then turn it on the 5 inch side and score it, or line it up at 1 1/2. Take your pencil, mark at the top and the bottom. And then we're going to score from the outside point to the opposite pencil point, the pencil mark. So left point goes to the right pencil mark, and then the right point goes to the left pencil mark. Okay, so there's your X again. Yep, there you go. Okay, that's it. But it's not it for these two pieces. We got to cut still. So hold on, let me get my paper snips. All right, first let me go ahead and fold these score lines because it's easier to fold them when they're not cut yet. So this is the thing. These two pieces are your mechanism to the card. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold both ways on the score lines. So fold it one way and then fold it back. And do all the score lines this way. Okay, and that is a little, I don't want to say time consuming. I mean, it just takes a couple seconds, but you definitely want to do it because this is what's moving your doors. And you want that to be really good. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish both ways. Because see, you're breaking down the card fibers in there. So you want it to be like really, I don't want to say sloppy, but you want it to be really nice and movable, you know. All right, now here's where you're going to cut. So you're going to cut on this score line. Hold on, let me zoom in just to see if it shows up a little bit better. All right, so we're going to cut here on this score line. Can you see it? Yeah, cut on that score line. Up to the center, and then cut up the center, just like that. That's your mechanism now. Ta-da! And then you're going to do the other side the exact same way. So you're going to cut on the X, up to the center, and then cut the center score line, just like that. Okay? So that's what, so they should look identical, but we're going to flip one over. So we're going to take this one, we're going to put it over here like that. Okay? Because you want your cutout here. Well, see, this is the way the card's going to actually fold over like this. So you want the cutout to be the outside part of the card. Let me bring in the base of the card now. Because this is where we're going to put on our mechanism now into the card. So far, so good, right? You guys can do this. All right. So see, oh wait, we got to erase our pencil lines. Let me get my sand eraser here. All right, erase your pencil lines. Not that it would even show, but just in case. Okay. Very good. All right, so remember how they go the same, then you're just going to flip one over to the other side. Okay, now you're going to take your card and you're going to use liquid glue for this part of the card. Well, you're going to use liquid glue for all of it. All right, so this is going to be for the left or the right side of the card. And then this is going to be for the left, or I'm sorry, left and the right. So you can see how I'm having the card, hold on. I'm having the cutouts go on that side, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to fold over this point. So you're making like a little triangle point. And you're going to take this point and you're going to line it up right to that score line. And you're going to line this edge up to the outside edge and then the bottom. Okay, so you're going to line it up just like this. This should go right up into that score line. Just like that. So you're folding this flap over, putting it in there. Now you're only going to put adhesive on this back side right here. And you just want to use a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, so once again, we're going to take our point. Can you guys see the point? Yep, right here. Line that up at the score line. And then everything should line up with the edge, the bottom and the left-hand side edge. Okay? Make sure that, because this is going to be the door jamb, is what I'm calling it. It's not a door jamb, but I'm calling it the door jamb. All right, and then your flap should be flapping. Okay, so this is the only part that's sealing down. Okay, now you're going to fold this over, and let me show you up close here. Let me get my, take your pick tool. Okay, so right here on this flap, right here, is the only piece you're going to put the liquid glue on. Only right here. And you're just going to use a little bit. Okay? Only on that flap right here. See that? That's it. So then you're going to put your glue on there, and then you're going to fold over the top flap to glue that down onto the top right here. So let me hold that for a couple seconds. And then that's it. That's the mechanism that's going to move your card. So cute. Okay. Did anybody see Irene here yet today? Can you let me know? Because I don't think I see her. Like, I can't see the moderators. All right, so now see how this opens up? Isn't that great? Okay, so then once you get it glued down, open the card up all the way and then take your bone folder and reinforce that fold. The folds are very important. See, now you can see how that opens. Ta-da! All right, now we're going to do the other side, so you get to do another one. So remember, your cutout is always on the side that it's going to be on, okay? Because this is going to fold down, right? And you're going to take your point, put it right up into that corner, or right up into that score line, and then line your edge up here and the bottom. Okay, we're only going to put liquid glue on the outside edge, right here. That's it. And a little bit. Little bit. I remember Jessie used to sing a song. What was it? Step by step. No, inch by inch, right? I don't know why it made me think of that. Little by little. Oh, yeah, that's it. Little. All right, so you're going to fold. You're going to put that down on that edge right there. Making sure that that's right up into the fold, right? That score line. Because this is what's going to close down on that to make your doors. And then right here on the flap, the triangle, once again, right here, that's the only place you're going to add a little bit of glue. Right there. And then fold your card down. And then make sure you hold it there so it seals up. Are you guys having fun? Are you guys learning something new? I don't know where V got it, but I love it. I'm always on the lookout for new fun folds, so if you guys ever come across a fun fold, let me know. I love it. And then I can break it down, add my own little twist to it, and it'd be really cute too. Right? All right. So make sure that's sealed down, and then when you open it up, remember it's going to open up like this, then you're just going to open up all the way and then reinforce that fold line again. Okay, so now this is going to be your door, your base of your card right here. Okay, now let's move to the doors. So we're gonna take our Flirty Flamingo. Remember, these are cut at 2 by 3.5. Now there's a trick to this too. So what we're gonna do is, now remember these, I just thought of calling it a door jam when I was filming the video for tomorrow. So on the inside of your door jam is where these doors are gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna butt that right up to that door jam, making sure it lines up at the very bottom, right? And then we're going to put glue on this part here, and then we're just going to fold it over. But wait, don't do it yet, because now you got to make sure you're only going to do a certain part of your door jam. So with this triangle right here, let me get with this triangle, see that triangle right there and right here? You're going to do an imaginary line across there. Okay, right there. And then you're only going to glue from there down. Nothing up here. No glue up here, because if you do that, it's gonna not be good. Okay, so I always like to just do the line like that, right? And then you can add your glue all the way down here. Okay? Because this is where the card's folding over. You don't want that to be glued shut, because then the card won't work. So then take your door. Now this door should be the same size as, I know I'm using Flirty Flamingo, but you guys can see that lines up perfectly, right? So take it, put it into that door jamb, line it up at the bottom of your card. Yep, right, like that, and then fold that over. Oh my gosh, it's coming to life. All right, liquid glue is going to be your best friend for this card. Seriously. Because look, now look. See how it closes? And then it opens. So cute. All right, let's do this side. So we're going to add, the door jamb is going to be on the inside where we're going to glue. Remember, we're going to take that triangle part right here. And we're going to add a little line going from that point over. Just to give you a visual. I mean, I'm showing you on a video, but if you're not, you don't have to do the line if you don't want to. Just don't go past that line. Okay, and then add the glue. Then you're going to take your door, your 2 by 3.5, and butt it up to the door jamb. I love that I called it a door jamb. I'm not a construction worker, but I listen to lingo that my husband talks, like when he does stuff, All right, so we want to make sure that this is going to be really cute in the middle. Yep. All right, so now we're going to take that, butt it up, line it up at the bottom, and then fold it over. And then the doors should come together really nice. See it? Do you see it? All right, so let's hold that down, glue that down good. That's it. That's seriously the card. All right. Was it easy or what? Or was it the teacher? Just kidding. Sometimes it is the teacher, right? All right, now let me zoom out. Now that we got the mechanism, now we can decorate. So now this is the thing with the designer paper. There's always a dilemma on what side to put out. So we want the polka dots. You guys know I like the polka dots. Let's do the polka dots. So I'm going to glue the topper onto the card. Now this would be a cute place to put like a greeting. Like if you want to make it into a Christmas card, it would be cute to put like Merry Christmas up there. Happy Halloween. I might be making some of these cards for the seasons, but I just had to use the hippos right now because you guys know I love the hippos. All right, then we're going to use our panels. Over here, let me just grab everything. Okay, so we're going to put our panels right here. Now, they look like they might not fit, but what you're going to do is you're going to cover up that little line there. See that line with the X? I don't know if you can see that very good, but it will fit. So remember, these are 1/2 inch by 4. Just a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. All right. Yep. See, and that's what's nice with the liquid glue too, is it wiggles into place good. Okay. Then do the other side. Now, do we want to do the doors, the polka dot, or the other side? Because my other card, I'll show you the other card. I used the flowers and the stripes, and I did opposite. So, is it too much polka dots with the polka dots on the door? Or, I know, I myself would say no, there's no such thing as too much polka dots. But, look, is it too much? Oh, I think it'd be cute. But this isn't my card. Whoever wins it. Right, so that one's going to go there. Remember, these are the exact same size as the Flirty Flamingo. But look, the designer paper is going to be covering up the door jamb. Right? Fits on there perfect. So do we want to do, let me put one door that way, one door this way. Which way do we want to do it? Which way do you like it? Let me show you up close. Do you want the I like the polka dots. I'm addicted to polka dots. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So do we want to do polka dots? Too much? Too much polka dots? Ah, Connie. No way. I mean, we're going to put our little ballerina on the front. Okay, everybody's saying the plaid. All right. We had a couple polka dots. I don't have the stripes. Let me show you here. This is one of the other designs in the designer paper. You got flowers, and then you have the stripes. So now you guys know how to make it. You guys can make a bunch of them the way you want to do it. But I'll do the plaid side out. But look how it's kind of contrasting, but it's the same, but different. All right, let's do the plaid. I'm here to be of service. I want to do what you guys want. That's why I even started doing videos and stuff, was because I wanted to help you guys. All right, now what I find here, let me move this one over here, because I find lining this edge up here on this side, so I'm working on the opposite side, I feel like is a little bit easier. So line it up on the edge and then stick it down. Okay? It's easier to line it up by the edge, I feel like. I got some glue oozing out there. Yuck. Hold on. Don't want that sticky. Let me get my embossing buddy. My embossing buddy makes it not sticky. Right? Okay. All right, so there's one door on. So cute. All right, and then this one. This would be such a cute card with the chickens, wouldn't it? Like a barn door. So let's put the glue on that. I think the plaid was a good choice. I'm glad you talked me into it. I'm trying not to use a lot of glue, but I want to make sure I get it in the corners and stuff. You know? All right. Now, this one is going over here. Oh, wait, I gotta do it like this. I don't know why I find it's easier like this. So line up the edge, and you can bring the doors together to kind of moosh it, right? And then line up the bottom edge and then press it. Even though it moved, but that's good. I would rather it move than be sticky strip or tearing tape or something on there that like grabs it and then I'm like totally screwed. So liquid glue is very movable. Yeah, look how cute that is now. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So cute. Oh, and the donkeys. Yeah, we could have like a whole zoo, like in a barn. We could have the donkeys, the otters, the chickens, the hippos. Seriously, just have them like all lined up on the inside and like having a surprise party. That would be so cute. All right, and then we're going to take our basic white piece. Remember, this was the 3/4 by 8. And I think I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal for that. Okay, and we're going to put this right in the center. Now, this is what I would be stamping on before I put it into the card. Because all that work, you don't want to mess it up. Or die cut it like I did with the gnomes. Okay, so then you have a little note card in there. Just like that. And then these are the panels that are 1 7/8 by 3 3/8. So I already have those stamped and colored. So let me grab those. These are all the hippos. Look how cute. So I'm just going to layer these onto the doors. I want him on this side because he's looking back. I just think he's cute like that, at least for right now. So put him on this door here. And then we're going to do the ballerina for the front. And then this one with the winking of the eye. So cute. Don't forget to share the video. You guys got to know somebody that likes making cards, right? If you learned something new today, I would really appreciate if you shared my video and liked it, if you can like it. I don't think you can like it like Facebook, though. Can you look how cute the doors are? Now, on my finished one, I put the, you really are the best. And what I did is I just put that on the door, but I'm only going to put adhesive on one side on the back. Okay. Nobody said anything about my nails. Tony, or not Tony, but Tom hooked me up with like an aqua color. Aren't they pretty? But they're glittery. Can you see it? Ooh. Maybe you guys have said something about my nails. I'm just not looking at the comments yet. So make sure the adhesive is only on one side. Okay, so when the door's open, it doesn't seal up the door. Okay. And then we're going to put our cute ballerina, but I got to put polka dots on our skirt. These are the jelly rolls. You guys can get these on my Amazon affiliate link, which is, I think it's down below in the description box too. It's also on my website. You get really nice. You get three sets, or no, you get 2 of each of the different tips. So you get 10, 5, and I think there's an 8. Yeah, here's the 5. So I think the 5 is even thinner, like for doodling, you know. But I think this one's 10, yeah. So you get like a pack of all the different size tips for the gel pens on Amazon. So, all right, so then we're going to add her. Look how cute. Oh, wait, focus. Focus. She's so cute. All right, so we're going to add her to the Flirty Flamingo. Now, I use the rectangles, or the stitched rectangle dies for the hippo and then the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, wait, this is cut at the die that cuts 1 7/8 by 3 1/8 ish. That's the size that's for the front. And then the next size up for the die is the Flirty Flamingo. And then this scallop is from the Scallops and Contours die. I'm putting the adhesive on first because I don't want to smear the polka dots. Okay. So then you got a little decorative edge over her. Now this is going to go over top of that greeting there. So you can use dimensionals, you can use adhesive. I think I'm just going to use adhesive. I'm just putting it right where it's going to be over that greeting right there. Okay. So cute. There she is, all in her glory, doing a little ballerina dance with her pink fingernails. Then you open it. Then we have the other 2 hippos. Now, if you need more signing places than this, holy moly, you like to write a lot. But, you know, it's all good. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you get this whole card in here to sign if you want. So let me show you the other one. So now these ones, this one here, let me show you the stamp sets I use for that. This one I use the Sending Sunshine and Good Feelings Your Way, which is from the Good Feelings stamp set, which is this nice big bold greeting. There's a bunch of them in the stamp set. That's what I liked about it. So I did, because I put this card together before I stamped it, which was my preference because I wanted to die cut out that, and that was using the rectangle stitch dies again. So that's using that stamp set. And then the inside, I used the squares from the Stylish Shapes, and I stamped Birthday Wishes, and this is from Amazing Year. And these 2 stamps are from the annual catalog. Okay, so Good Feelings and Amazing Year are from the annual. And then the Flirty Flamingo behind that. Isn't that cute? Don't you love it? I love it. All right, so we're going to give this one away. I didn't do the let me do the polka dot on this one. Because I didn't do that one on my first one. I want to do it. I'll show you the gnome ones again. Hold on. Just something about the polka dot, especially with the polka dot paper. It just like ties it all together. You could do like little rosy cheeks. You can give her some earrings and some eyelashes. But yeah, I think she's cute just the way she is. All right, so here's the gnome one. Let me show you that one again. Hold on. Let me clean up some of this stuff. Okay, so these are the rectangle stitch dies. This is the one I used for the hippo right here. I think it's the third one in. Yep, third one in from the smallest. And then the fourth one is the one that I used for the flirty flamingo. And then I used the scalloped contours dies. And these are this is the third. Now these ones are cut like different scallops. This one is the one that I used for the hippo. This is the third one from the inside, or the smallest. That's got the scallop and the stitched. But they're really nice dies because they do all different designs. All right, and then here's the gnome one. Your kindness does not go unnoticed. I used the parakeet party with the Tahitian tide. Isn't he cute with those colors? And then crumb cake, and then the petal pink. And then the inside, I used the orange and the daffodil Stampin' Blends for this one over here. And then this one I used the balmy blue with the crumb cake. And then the mushroom house. You know me so well. And I didn't stamp anything on the inside because I'll probably write a note for that one. That's it. That's the one they're using the parakeet party and the granny apple green. Yay! Simple, right? Yay! I love it. All right. Gorgeous fold. Thank you. Thank you, Jean. Perfect color combination. You know what? When I made the video, though, I thought I'm just going to use the parakeet party with the parakeet designer paper like I did with the flirty flamingo. But then when I brought it over here, I'm like, whoa, I think that's granny apple green. But it still looks good, especially the plaid color on the back side of the granny apple green. But I didn't have any more of that one. I was going to use the polka dot, so thank you. All right, so are we ready for another glitter spinner? I got 2 prizes. Actually, I'm giving away a pair of Stampin' Blends, and I got some new accessories to give you guys. The Stampin' Blends I have are from Purple Posy, but let me tell you, the purple is really pretty, and it could very well pass for Highland Heather or even the Fresh Freesia. But you're getting both, the light and the dark in the combo. But this color is retired, no longer available. And then I have some brand new sparklies, adhesive back, sequins, and gems. Look at those beauties, seriously. Ooh, ooh. Love the mushroom, Lydia said. Yay! All right, so we're going to give these away, and the Stampin' Blends and the card. Okay, this is the one you're going to get today. Yay. Let's do it. And then I'm going to share some pictures of Richard. I don't have any well, I do have one picture of Griffey. Let me do that here really quick. I don't have very many pictures of Griffey. I'm sorry. Here's one. He's so cute. Look how cute. He's getting so big. He's so handsome. His hair is looking darker too. But he's so beautiful. Love you, Griffey. All right, let's go ahead and do glitter spinner. Let me get my iPad over here. All right, all my cords and everything. My spinner. All right, let's do the card first. What do you say? Let me tuck this under here so nothing, it's all wonky wonk. All right, let's do the spinning. Yay. Everyone loves a little sparkle. Yes, Renee. Woo woo. Renee, I got your address. Renee, I got your address. You got the card. Yay. Let me make sure this is the right button here. Congratulations. Yay. Put that on the back. Okay, so you can actually use this card for whatever you want. So birthday, thinking of you, whatever. All right, let's do the, what are these called? The purple posy, I believe. Yeah, purple posy, Stampin' Blends. He's getting so big. Tracy, didn't you win last week? I think I have your address, Tracy, or a week or so ago. Was it you? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. B-O-R-T. Yeah, you won, I think, last week. That's awesome. Okay, so you get the purple posy Stampin' Blends. Blends. Yay. Ooh, ooh, Tracy. See, it's great if you win a glitter spinner or a glitter giveaway, or if you're my customer or my downline, I already have your address. That's like when it's really good, because then you don't have to email me. But if you move or a change of address, like especially if you're not one of my customers, I need to know. All right? Because the postage is going to be killing everybody here shortly. I mean, what did they say? The postage is going up to 60 cents for first class on July 10th. Wasn't it you, Renee, that said that? Somebody had said that last week. And I was like, holy moly. So I'd much rather, get the right address. So if you move or something, let me know, especially if you're not a customer. But if you're not a customer, why not? I mean, unless you already have a demonstrator, and I understand. All right, let's do these now. These are the adhesive back sequins gems. These are brand new in the catalog. Let me show you where they're at in case you're wondering. These are in with the snowflakes. Remember yeah, because I remember seeing them and I was talking to my team about them. I'm like, holy moly, look at them. Hold on. See, I should go back to the back. I can just picture it in my mind's eye, right where it's at. Right? Do you guys got all your pages marked and everything of all your favorites? Oh, right here. Look. Look at those beautiful cards right here. Here, let me take that off there. Hold on. We got your, Tracy, we got your prize going out. But look, right here. These are the adhesive back sequins gems. So pretty. Now, they look like they cut them apart, but look at them on the cards. Holy guacamole. And this is the Joyful Flurry. The page is 19. Those are super pretty. All right. So let's do the spinning for that. Let me look for my little stylist here. Oh, thank you for all the comments. You guys are rocking it. I wish I could see you. There it is. Does anybody know what the white gems are on the cover of... Oh, wait. What was that? On the cover of the mini. Hold on. Let me see. The white gems. Oh, those are right here. Those are in that suite of product. They say they're red and green, but they look more like iridescent colors, like soft pastel-y colors. And there's like a vanilla color, I think, if I remember right here. Oh no, it's silver. And then it's like a green color, but it's not like green like you think. It's right here on page 31. Item number 4, Festive Pearls. Number 159963, right here. Can you see it? So it's got like a red, I'd almost say like a mint macaron color. And then the silver and the gold. They're really, really pretty. But that, I'm thinking that's what you're asking about, right, Cynthia? But plus you won these gems here. I think that's what you're asking about with these over here on the card. Yeah, those are what those are. Plus, if you guys go to my website, I have the supply list or the recipe list for the holiday mini and the celebration mini. So how that works. Wait, let's give Cynthia a hand for winning the prizes. And we'll move on, all right? Yay, Cynthia! Let me write your name on here. Cynthia, I don't think I have your address. All right? Cayton, and you get the gems. All right, so you remember, you guys gotta, or Cynthia, you gotta email me here. Dawn@theglitterpit.com, right? Email me there, Cynthia, and I'll get these prizes sent out. The sooner the better. Remember, I only hold these prizes for like up to 2 weeks or so. And then after that, I'm going to pay it forward to somebody else. All right. So if you don't want it, or if you live outside the country, I can't send it out. That's Stampin' Up's policy. So if you live outside the country, I have to pay it forward to somebody else. But let me know your address. And this is your physical street address, your shipping address. And then I'll send them out. So email me as soon as possible so you don't forget, all right? And as soon as I get done here, I'll go label everything up, get it ready to go, and then I'm going to go up and eat some dinner. But this is my email address, Cynthia, all right? All right, so now back to what I was saying. Let me remove my iPad here. So on my website, on my blog right here, let me show you where my blog is again. If you're brand new, welcome to the Glitter Pit. This is my website, dawnstampingthoughts.net. If you go to, well, since the catalog is new, I think the last few blog posts are up to date with the recipe list. So how that works is if you see a card or a project in the annual catalog or in the mini catalog and the celebration mini catalog, I have all the recipe lists posted over on my website. You just have to scroll all the way down at the bottom, all right, of my blog post, and then you'll see like recipe list, samples or something. Click here, and then you're going to see the list. Now this is a list that you do not want to print out because normally they're very, very long, like 80 some pages. Okay, so, but what's nice is that if you like a card, like let's say you like this card right here on page 15. So what you'll do is you go to that list, and then you'll click it to open it up, and then you'll scroll down and look for page 15, and then there's like 3 projects. So this would probably be listed as 1 on page 15. So project 1 or A, and then it will tell you everything they use for that project. It's really nice. It's a nice feature, especially if you're playing a guessing game on like, what did they use? So like, I forget who said that. I think it was Cynthia that was asking about that. So I'm sure there's a recipe for the front cover too. So you can see that they used those frosted pearls, I think they were. They're very, very pretty. Okay. So check that out. That's on my website. I feel like when I put the information on my YouTube channel right here, sometimes it's too much with all the supplies and the PDF and everything, but everything is over on my website, okay? So if you need anything, and of course, if you can't find it, just message me and I'll point you in the right direction, all right? Super easy. It's all about making it as easy as possible. I get it. All right, so now let me share some pictures of Richard. So like I had mentioned earlier in the live, Richard has made it to checkpoint number 3, which is in Idaho, and it's the Harley Davidson in, I want to say it's High Desert, Harley Davidson. He got there this afternoon, but he ended up going back out and going back where he came from because he thinks he took a wrong turn. So the thing is with the Hokahay, if you make a wrong turn, you have to go back and go the right way. So after he did the whole route and then he got back down to like the last few, I don't know, like the last hour, I think he said he had to go back like 60 miles or so, or 65 miles to make up the route to be correct. And it's more of um, like, you don't want to be lying to yourself. I mean, I feel like if you lie to yourself, you're the biggest liar of all, right? And I feel like that's one of the stipulations with the hokahe. If you make a wrong turn, then you got to go back and do it the right way. And probably nobody would know, but like Richard said, he would know. And that's the point of being, having a little integrity where you just go back and you do it, and then you did it the right way. And even though it puts you back, but you're still a winner. I mean, anybody that finishes this ride is a rock star in my opinion, because let me tell you, it's like a humongous ride for an endurance. It's not a race. It's not like a cannonball run. And there are, I think 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 people have crossed the finish line, but you can't cross the finish line until the 10th day, and today is the 10th day. So I think there's 7 or 8 people that have crossed the finish line. So, but Richard will probably be crossing by Friday or maybe even Saturday morning. But here's some pictures of Richard here. Let me pull those up. So some of the things that he has seen on this journey. So when he was in New Mexico, he got to see the Roswell. He stopped in Roswell there and he took this picture of the UFOs. Then he's also been through the Area 51. And then this is him getting ready to sleep or sleeping by his bike. So that's another rule for the hokahe is you can't stay in hotels. You have to sleep right on the ground by your motorcycle. So Richard has a sleeping bag. Well, most of the guys have a sleeping bag. So they just roll it out and they sleep right next to their bike. And they're only sleeping for a couple hours at a time. So it's not like, sleeping in a warm, comfy bed. The hokahe, first of all, you're sleep deprived, you're not eating good, you're sometimes you're hallucinating because you feel so out of it. But yeah, the poor guys put their bodies and their motorcycles through hell. And I feel like everybody was asking me a question, I think last week, or my team was, where aren't you worried about the gas prices? Now, mind you, Richard did do a video for me on my Facebook page that I posted on my personal Facebook page. And he was in California, Northern California, and the gas prices were $7.99 up there. So I don't know if that's like something that's coming down this way or what, but gas prices are the least of my worries with him. I feel like it's the damage of his bike that his bike goes through. I mean, besides the engine, and like right now, he got to the checkpoint number 3 and his clutch has been messed up since he had it worked on in Utah, because he had his oil changed in Utah, and his clutch has been messed up. So he was hoping to get in and get it fixed at the checkpoint that he was at number 3, but there was a 4-hour wait because everybody's getting bike work done. So Richard ended up calling his mechanic, and he gave him a quick fix on how to fix his clutch just to get him home and to the finish line. So I'm just praying that he does, make it home without, any more damage than the clutch. But man, his bike is dirty. He's going to need new tires. I mean, you name it. These guys have been through everything. So, yeah. So, this was, I think, I don't quite remember where this was at. It was earlier in the ride, and there was wild horses right on the side of the road. And now that was on the right-hand side of where he was riding his bike, and on the left-hand side, it was a cliff. So, and I'm like, that's really weird that the horses weren't like, running after. He's like, no, they weren't. They were staying over there because they knew the cliff was over there on the other side. And then here's a black horse that was right. I mean, look how close he's there, right there. Isn't that amazing? So then here, let me see, where is this at? Oh, wait, I got to show you this here. That is in Oregon. And this is the bridge that went to. So it says the Bridge of the Gods. So the things that these guys are seeing are things that you just don't see every day, I'm sure. So Richard said, when we go out to South Dakota, well, this is in Oregon. So apparently we're going to be doing more riding than just South Dakota, but this is in Oregon. I couldn't tell you where, but when I posted the pictures on my Facebook page, there was a couple people that knew exactly right where that was. So he sent me that picture of the bridge. And then after that, then he sent me these beautiful pictures of the mountains. And oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Definitely God's country out there, right? So gorgeous. Yeah, and that's all the pictures that I got right now on my iPad that I brought over. I think that's the same picture. Yeah. So, not only is Richard going to be hungry, he's going to be totally crispy because he's so sunburnt. Even though we give him zinc and stuff to take with him on the bike to put on his nose and stuff. But holy moly, it's just like crazy. Isn't it crazy what we do? Does anyone know what? Oh, okay. So I answered you, right, Cynthia? All right. And also, Cynthia, don't forget to email me at my email address to give me your address, all right? Dawn at theglitterpit.com. Okay, don't forget to do that. Yay, Oregon. Yeah, so his last checkpoint, I thought there was like 4 or 5 checkpoints, but this is the last checkpoint in High Desert, Harley Davidson, and that's in Idaho. And then he's gonna go another few thousand miles. I mean, it's a total of over 10,000 miles. And then so another few thousand miles till he gets to the finish line. So the Bridge of the God connects Washington to Oregon across the Columbia River near my childhood. Oh, really? That's awesome, Michelle. Beautiful. Thank you for the great card today and saying prayers for Richard. And sharing pictures of Richard. Yes, you're welcome, Kathy. Thank you. All right, and I know I missed a lot of your comments. And you know what's really weird with YouTube is I can't go back to look at the live comments once I'm done. So if you guys want to re-ask a question or something, make sure you do that after I get the live, after it's processed. How many checkpoints are there? There's 3. And then the finish line. So I think there's like 7 or 8 guys that's already been to the finish line today. Because they have to, I think Beth, the one, her and her husband started the Hokahay, but they limit it to 10 days, so nobody's racing and killing themselves, even though I feel like some of the guys went really super fast, and I can't imagine them going the right ways, but I'm not judging. But, yeah, like 7 or 8 guys have already been through the finish line, so, yeah. But you know what? They go all back roads and stuff. So it's not like they're out with, I mean, they do see other vehicles at times, like when they stop and get gas or, just certain areas. But for the most part, they're on these crazy roads. Like I remember Richard was saying that they went up this mountain and there was no guardrails and they were twisty roads like crazy. Oh, and of course, his GPS has not been working. I feel like we need a refund. I think that company, the US Tracking, because all the guys in the Hokahay have to pay a deposit to get the tracker to get activated. Well, it's not. It's like an activation fee. It's like $59. Then the tracker itself, to purchase it, it's like $89. So, but the tracker hasn't even worked probably 3/4 of the way. And I understand that the tracking doesn't get signals like when they're up in the mountains and, down in the valleys and stuff. But still, I feel like these men, some of them were by themselves, meaning my husband too. And if they were to drive off the cliff, I mean, nobody would find them. I would be like paranoid, like just to have Richard up in those mountains and stuff. But when Richard would do the big rides and stuff, he would usually be with somebody. So at least he'd be with the buddy that in case something happened. And it's not just driving off the cliff. It's just getting a flat tire or something, Oh, I have to go to Taco Bell, so I'll take you with me. Okay, so I'll take a couple soft tacos. No tortilla. That's what I get at Mexican restaurants. I just get like I get their street tacos with no tortillas, no shells, no nothing. I just get the hamburger, lettuce, and sour cream. So that's it. Yeah, but that sounds good. I haven't had Taco Bell in like a couple of years. That sounds really good. But I'm going to go up and eat something really good too. Thumbs up given. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Oh boy, look at that choo-choo. I know, I got it in my other room. I'm going to use it here shortly. I just feel like I'm not quite into Christmassy yet, but I will be. I just got to, push myself to get into Christmas season. What's for dinner? I made a roast and carrots for all my lonesome, but I'll eat on that for a few days. I put it in the crock pot and I just been eating on it. So I got a chuck roast, I think it was. And then I put some carrots in it, and that's what I'm having. It's really good. Yeah, because since Richard's left, I've been eating kind of crappy. Not crappy off my diet, but crappy because I don't get that much meat, Because he usually does the grill with the Traeger. Jesse, you got the song stuck in your head? Dawn at the glitterpit.com. I know when I'm singing that up in the kitchen or something, and if Richard's by me, he'll end it or I'll start it. Or I'll start it, he'll end it, or vice versa. Did the same thing at Walmart parking lot. The pothole jumped right in my way when I wasn't looking. 12, is that right? $12,000? I bet you my mom's truck is going to be that bad. Ooh. Seriously, when she came around my cul-de-sac and I couldn't miss it. This yellow paint all across the whole side of her brand new Yukon. I was like, and then my mom jumped out. She's like, "Can you believe it?" And I'm like, "Mom, this is bad. This is so bad." And then I hugged her and I said, "But you know what? It's going to be all right." Because that's what we pay for insurance, right? I mean, the one time of like a lifetime, hopefully, that we ever need insurance, that will help her. So, whew. So thank God she's all right. And the truck can be fixed, right? But still, she's like, "My pretty truck." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "But Mom, it will be fixed. And they'll do a good job on it. It will be like it never even happened." I know I almost backed up into the cart. At our Sam, it's funny it's at Sam's too, because my mom's accident today was at Sam's. But at our Sam's, they have like these automated cart mover things, for the guys to help them push all those carts. And I almost backed into one. So I know, I'm not judging, because I know that things can happen like in a minute. But still, when she was explaining it to me, I was thinking it was just going to be a little scrape down the side. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And I'm like, "Mom, why didn't you stop when you first did it? Because it's like down the whole side of her car." And she's like, "Well, I did, but it was a little too late." And then she's saying she was creeping. And I'm like, I don't know. But, I wasn't there, so I'm not judging. But still, I mean, how can you do this? I mean, not that I'm asking because I don't want to find out. But, I mean, how can you do that much damage when you're just creeping through the parking lot? Hi, Maggie. So, yeah, that's pretty major. I mean, both doors are, like, buckled in. The whole floorboard to get into the truck is demolished. The car handles are demolished. The trim is peeled up. Yeah, it's not good. But I'm thankful she's all right, right? All right, any other questions before we sign off? We've been on here for an hour and a half already. I know, time flies when we're having fun, right? So did everybody like the card? I love it. I really, really love it. I got another card idea for next week, but I got to design it and see. I mean, don't judge if I use the hippos again. Just remember, that's why we like being crafters, right? So you can take the card and make it however you want. I'm just showing you the idea, and then you make it your own, right? That's what's great about being crafter, a paper crafter, stamper, whatever. Traeger's rule, I know. My husband makes some wicked stuff on the Traeger. Whew, so good. So he's already planning the dinner when he gets home, and he wants to go meet with our friends when he gets home. But oh, and then this is another thing. I was talking to one of my friends, Sharon. Sharon, are you on here? She said, well, it's like being on the road for 10,000 miles. You figure that's a lot of time to have your own thoughts, and to be alone. And I'm thinking, yeah, but it would be nice if his radio worked. The first day they left, his radio went out. So he can't even listen to the radio, music, nothing. And then I said, well, did you bring your earbuds? And he's like, no. He said, but even that, he said, I don't want to wear them when it's raining out and stuff, because I guess they hit a lot of rain up there. And then, so I'm like, so you haven't been listening to anything like podcast or music or your playlist or nothing? He's like, nope. And I'm like, oh my gosh, talk about being bored. Holy moly, poor guy. But he sounds so good when I talk to him. He's like upbeat and he's like excited, but I'm sure his butt is hurting. Yeah, you ride your bike over 1,000 miles for 10 days. Oh my gosh. See, I don't think that's fun, but he likes it, so that's all that matters. Thank you. Thank you, Gay. All right, so I think the only address we're waiting for is Jody and Cynthia, right? So please email me. Let me flip this back over here really quick. So email me, please, here at dawn@theglitterpit.com. And then give me your address, your street address for shipping, and I will get your prizes sent out. Everybody else, I got your address. And those will be dropped off when I go to the gym tomorrow morning, all right? All right. Till next week, everybody. Same glitter time, same glitter station. We'll be here right here in the Glitter Pit at 3 o'clock next week, Eastern time. And don't forget to join us. Bring a friend next week, right? I love you guys. We'll see you next week.